And joining us now is trial attorney Heather Widell. Heather, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you, Natasha.
What do you think? Will the judge likely grant the defense request to see the prosecution's evidence today?
So it's going to depend on a couple of things. It looks like the defense is also not waiving their right to a speedy trial. And under Idaho law, anyone that's brought to trial, anyone that's indicted for a felony, multiple felonies, is required to be brought to trial within 6 months of being indicted, unless they are the cause of any postponements or delays. So if they are filing any motions, in which case, like Kohberger is today, or his defense team is doing today, that is a delay. So that would be something that normally does waive the Speedy Trial Act that's put into place. The reason usually behind putting in a motion for a speedy trial in the first place is because if they're not brought to trial within a specific time, and again, this in Idaho, it's within 6 months, unless there's good cause shown, the judge has to order the prosecution to dismiss the case. So it's it appears that the defense is trying to have their cake and eat it too in this situation, that they're trying to make sure that they have everything that they need, which is, of course, absolutely appropriate for a fair trial, but also saying they're not waiving the speedy trial. So it's going to be an interesting thing to see what they're actually going to present during the hearing.
I'm particularly interested in your perspective because you represented actor Jussie Smollett in a trial that got a ton of national attention and public condemnation. How does a tidal wave of public opinion of a defendant affect the way that you try a case? What does Kohberger's team need to do so that their client does have a chance at a fair trial?
It can be a tremendously negative experience to be tried in the court of public opinion before you even step foot inside a courtroom. However, it can also help trial strategies develop so that we know ahead of time what things work, what things don't. In this case, again, Kohberger seems to be attempting an alibi defense. Those can be incredibly tricky. The way that I would try to indicate to anybody how tricky it is to do an alibi defense. It's not just, oh, I was somewhere else. You have to be so specific down to the minute, usually down to exactly what was going on, where you were, who you were with. Details need to be provided. And I usually tell people, think about Tuesday night 3 months ago. What were you eating for dinner? Who were you with? Exactly what time did you eat? And nobody can do it. It's almost impossible. So it's very hard to have an alibi defense. And I think that that's going to be something that in the public opinion is going to be attacked greatly. Well, if he can't say where he was, obviously he was there, and that's not always the case. It's very difficult to come up with an alibi.
And we know the defense has indicated that they will try to cast doubt on the genetic genealogy used to connect Kohberger with the crime. Now, DNA evidence to the public, it seems pretty cut and dry. Do you think they have a good chance of casting doubt for the jury?
They can. We actually, as defense attorneys, we use that. We call it the CSI effect. And if the prosecution can't seem to very specifically tie either DNA, fingerprints, anything like that, any sort of forensic evidence to your client, to the defendant, we use that. And we rely again on people watching shows like CSI, like Law and Order, where everything, if it's not very specific, if it's definitely this person, then you can't find someone guilty. So it is something we rely on as defense attorneys. And hopefully if the prosecution has what they need, they can put it forth for a jury, and the jury can make the decision based on the evidence and the facts.
Okay. Heather Widell, appreciate your time. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Natasha.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.